Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Patreon podcast. I have a topic today that goes a little bit beyond creativity, and I still think it's very important. I was kind of thinking about this on my drive into work today, and that's the difference between intent and action. And what I mean by this is kind of how you perceive people versus how you perceive yourself. So what you or anybody else tries to do and what they actually do are often two very separate things. And this was originally something that I saw from a buddy of mine on Twitter. He kind of explained it a little better than I probably will. But the general idea is, say that you're late for a meeting at work because, your car stalled out or you got wrapped up in a project and you just lost track of time. You don't mean to be late. Your intent is not to be late, but your action was that you're late for the meeting. And now consider that you're in the meeting and a vital member of that meeting shows up late. All you see is their action. You don't know their intent. And even if they explain it to you, that's not always something that you either believe or that you can understand. Like if he had a kid and you don't have kids, it's hard to understand how that one problem would be something that slows you down. So I think that it's really important to approach people or approach problems trying to understand the intent of the problem rather than the actions that are causing it. Another good example was on my drive-in to work this morning, there was somebody that was kind of driving all over the road. They were in my lane, and then they were in the left lane, and then they were slowing down, and then they were speeding up. And their actions kind of made them look like a jerk, like they were trying to harass people on the road or just cause disruption in the normal flow of traffic. But what I believe their intention is that they were in an area that they weren't familiar with, and they were trying to find an exit. And that can be very, very stressful. I've been in that situation before. And because I was looking at that person's intentions rather than their actions, I had a better understanding of how to deal with that person, and that I should just give them space, and that I should just try to either get past them or get behind them because they're going to be swerving all over traffic. And granted, I'm not trying to justify the way that they're driving. Like, obviously they should have planned better or whatever. That's not what I'm trying to say. But dealing with somebody when you understand their intentions and talking to people and navigating either social networks or business networks or working on a commission with somebody, it's so much better if you understand what they intend to do with a project or a conversation or whatever, more than if you just want to know what the end result is. And when I work with clients, when I make music for games, I try very hard not to just be like, what do you want this to sound like? Because that's just the action. I try to talk to them about the intent of the music. Like, what do you want to convey with this song? What part of the game is it in? What story element is happening at this particular point? Like, what do you want this song to convey? What is the intent of this song? And because of that, I feel that I have a better understanding of not only what I should do, but what this song should be for. Like, I understand the intent of the song, so I can make it better, and I can make it more cohesive toward what the client wants. Because if the client just wants, hey, I want this song, but different, that doesn't help me. And it not only doesn't help me, but it also creates a creative disconnect between me and the client. because they might want that song, but they don't want the feelings behind that song. And I think that causes problems with revisions then, because I hand them, and I've worked with clients like this before, and it's incredibly frustrating. I hand them the song that they requested, and they're like, no, this doesn't feel right. And that's because they were going after the actions instead of the intentions. And I think that that's something that everybody in pretty much every aspect of their life can better themselves from if they pay attention to the intentions of people rather than just how they act. So I know this one's a little bit deeper and philosophical, but I really feel that this mindset can help you out throughout your life. So thank you so much for being a patron and contributing to this. That's not my normal ending. Thank you so much for listening, and also thank you so much for being a patron. It's still early here. I hope you all have a good rest of the week, and I'll talk to you next time. Be remarkable.